Let's bring up our first speaker. And you'll all get a taste of how this Ignite thing works. Our first speaker is Michelle Synakowski. Michelle's fun title is Audit Lifesaver, and she will be presenting on Reimbursement Audit Survival Guide. Michelle?
Being first is always the hardest, you know. All right. So my name is Michelle Synakowski. I'm your audit lifesaver, and I'm going to help you survive some of those audits, right? We've likened reimbursement audits to the zombie apocalypse, and so I've taken this survival guide and adapted it to the long-term care environment, and we're going to kind of model that for you and go slide by slide here. For some reason, we are not auto-advancing. All right. So, I had this guide, how to survive anything, right? And the first 4 steps it said is first things first, size up the situation, size up your surroundings, size up your physical condition, and size up your equipment. So that's what we're going to do. So the first thing is our surroundings, right? So where are we? We are in a situation where Medicare is going broke, right? Nobody wants to put any more money in. Nobody wants to change the services that are going out to the elders. So they decided they're going to take the money away from us, and then everything is going to be just fine, right? So the OIG did an audit, and he said, you know what, you guys are being overpaid anyways. 25% of your claims are inaccurate, and look at all those overpayments. So you know what, we're going to send all these auditors out. We're going to send them out to your facilities, and they're going to collect some money, and then everything's going to be just okay. So if we size up our surroundings, we say, you know what, we'd like to really hide underneath this little tent here, but instead we have this alphabet soup of auditors that are coming out to see us, right? The MACs and the RECs and the CERTs and the ZPECs. And of course then the state jumped on and said, you know what, we're going to send the OBIG guys out to see you, right? And the CERT one, that one's kind of random. We can't really tell if they're going to come or not. They look at all those little technical things. But you know, these days I say CERT is CERT, right? Because their biggest issue lately is those physician certifications and saying that they're not complete, even though we've done them that way for years, right? Then there's the RAC auditors, you know? I say defend your coding, right? Not only your coding, but we need to prove that it was medically necessary. So we need to make sure that our documentation is in a row, to make sure that we can support every single item that we coded on the MDS. Otherwise, if we screw up too many times, they send in these guys, the men in black, the ZPIC guys, right? They are not nice at all. They really want your money because they're going to extrapolate and take tons and tons and tons of money. And they go for those highest Medicare areas, and then they say, you know what, send us your documentation, right? And what happens when we send the documentation? Somebody doesn't check, you know, dot all the I's and cross all the T's, and we don't prove that we provide skilled care on a daily basis, and that we met all those needs, and that we did what that the doctor's order said we were going to do. And then, of course, the therapy. Therapy gets us in trouble because nursing and therapy, for some reason, don't always agree, right? And then nurses will document, oh, the patient was up walking all around, and therapy says, oh, no, it took 2 assists to get them where they needed to go. And, of course, they believe nurses all the time, never the therapists. So our next strategy is sizing up our physical condition, and that's all about our facility, right? So it's about our practices and our mission and the message that we're sending out to everybody and making sure that everybody's on board to do the right thing. We need a corporate compliance program, and it needs to be really good, right? Because that's going to be our stopgap as to, well, did we make just an error or did we commit fraud? Because if we're not doing what we need to do to meet that, you know, threshold of the False Claims Act, we get ourselves in trouble. And then, of course, you have, you know, the whistleblower money that goes to these people who say, oh, you know what, they told me if I didn't meet the threshold, they were going to discipline me for not getting enough Medicare. So you need to make sure that all the staff are on board, right? Everybody's knowledgeable about what their job is, they're working together as a team, and you don't suddenly have some overworked MDS coordinator going, oh, I just want to hit the buttons and get it all done. On to the next one. So then we say, you know, we need to size up your equipment. And what is the equipment we have? The equipment that we have is the information that gives us feedback about where we are and the thresholds that we have. One of the best things that we have to do that is the data that's coming in off of our own audits and also off of the PEPR reports. So many times I go in to do audits, I'll say, how's your PEPR? They go, I don't know, I didn't look at it. You know, if you're up over that threshold, the 80% threshold, you're bleeping on the bottom line. The men in black are going to come see you, right? They're going to come say, give me some of your money. So you need to know about your population. Do I have more rehabs than everybody else? Do I have more ultra highs? than the guy next door. Because if you do, then you know they're going to come knocking at the door, and all the I's have to be dotted, all the T's have to be crossed, and everything has to be good. So you need a really good internal auditing process. Who's going to do the audits? When are they going to be done? How often? And what are we going to do with the results? Because it's not enough just to audit. We have to fix what we find wrong. Otherwise, then we're back into the men in black with the fraud and them taking all the money away, right? Triple check is an awesome process. One of the next speakers is going to go right through that whole process for you. But you know what? You need your biller, your MDS person, and your therapy person sitting down at the end of the month looking at those things before they go in. My name is Synakowski. I am a survivor.